Listen, Katt Williams was cooking. He wasted no time exposing Tyler Perry, Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, Faison Love, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, just to name a few. Like, he went at a lot of these different gatekeepers. He called out Cedric the Entertainer for stealing one of his jokes from back in the day, which that video resurfaced, as well as Cedric's interview with Shannon Sharp where Cedric admitted to stealing the joke. He prevented a grape scene from happening in Friday After Next. Then he mentioned the time where Harvey Weinstein offered to eat a banana without chewing it. You catch what I'm saying? He even mentioned that there's a certain group of comedians that are like a brotherhood or clique. He was talking about Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley. He mentioned how Steve Harvey numerous times backstabbed Bernie Mac, which has been pretty well documented by now. Katt slid in the interview that Ricky Smiley's son's death was actually a ritual and that they're part of an organization, aka they're Q-Dogs. And he even told the real reason as to why Steve Harvey stopped doing stand-up, which it's a good thing that he did. And for a split second, I had forgotten that I'd even seen that stand-up battle in Detroit where Katt Williams cooked the living hell out of Steve Harvey. He mentioned that Kevin Hart was an industry plant, which really isn't even shocking. You really think about it, it was so plain and Paper Soldiers. It felt like he really just popped up out of nowhere. And I remember he even had that sitcom The Big House, which I think Katt Williams was even talking about. And this was earlier in Kevin Hart's career. This is before he put on the dress and did all the movies with The Rock and became like the big rock star household name that he is now. Now, when Shannon asked about Ludacris, Katt Williams had a very interesting answer, mentioning they had an Illuminati meeting where they had to pick between Ludacris and Katt Williams. One of them would end up making $200 million and be in the Fast and the Furious franchise. They said he was given a light-skinned wife, and the other was, well, Katt Williams. And we know Katt Williams isn't mainstream. A lot of white people know him, but he is not mainstream by any stretch. You don't see him in a whole bunch of sitcoms and shit. The only sitcom I remember him on was My Wife and Kids is Bobby Shaw. And he was the alligator man on Atlanta. And Shannon over here asking, is he afraid to get blackballed like he ain't already been blackballed before? And lastly, he mentioned how Martin Lawrence tried to get him to put on a dress for Big Mama's House 2. He tried to warn Brandon T. Jackson about putting on the dress, which Brandon T. Jackson's even admitted he regretted doing that and his life went to hell after he did it. And then in Katt's contract, he mentioned that Ricky Smiley has to put on a dress anytime they work together, which is a wild power move. Now just think about all the other stuff he could have said in his interview and revealed that he didn't.